Yeah, my name's Duncan Grice and I'm the principal here at Sri KDU International School in Penang. I've been here now, this is my 6th year in Penang. Absolutely love it here. Penang's a great place to live. Penang, that's a good question. My wife's from Indonesia, and before we were here, we'd been in China for 8 years, and then Egypt for 2.5, and Dubai for 2.5. And when the chance came to return to Southeast Asia, and somewhere that we knew like Penang, it was really, for our family, it was a no-brainer. We really enjoy this part of the world. Penang is a fabulous place to live because it's got everything that you need. It has beaches, it has shopping malls, it has fantastic medical facilities. It's got a World Heritage Site, Georgetown, which is just a beautiful place to walk around. You've got everything you need. The restaurants, the food here is incredible. And the problem with Penang is you will put on weight because the food is excellent and there's so much of it. The vision's to be a school community where everyone can thrive and meet with success. That's a simple vision, and that really is a focus of every decision we make at the school. So when I sit with my senior leadership team and we're discussing something that we are thinking of doing, one of us, at least one of us, will say, is this going to make our students thrive and meet with success? And if it's not, why are we thinking of even implementing that idea? So all our ideas are based around that simple vision. I like students who are who love life, who want to learn, who are really flexible, and who are just prepared to take that risk and give it a go, even if they think, oh no, I couldn't go there because I don't speak English. You will learn English. You will pick that language up. Just go in with a positive mindset, and we will help you through. They're the sort of people that you want. Somebody who's really outward looking, and someone who's just, yeah, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna put my heart and soul into it. I think that there are many good international schools in Penang, and you always get asked that question, oh, what makes you better than another school? And I would never be arrogant to say, oh, we're better than this school, because there are things about schools, all schools really. We're fortunate that we've got fantastic facilities at the school, but schools are not about buildings, they're not about facilities, they are always about people. And if that school is not focused on their people, that school's going to struggle, because you can have the best facilities in the world on a fantastic campus, but if the people who work there, the people who own that school, who are with that school, are not there for the right reasons, then that school will fail. So I think one of the special things about this school is that we've got some really good staff here, from admin staff all the way through to teachers and teaching assistants. We put a lot of time and we put a lot of effort and spend a lot of money recruiting the best people we think are going to fit in here, because they've got to be happy. And if they're happy, I have a very simple philosophy here, which is happy teachers equals happy children equals happy parents equals happy principal. So, yeah, absolutely. It's our sort of Nike's Just Do It, or McDonald's I'm Loving It. And it was something that we really do actually believe in, and we live it and breathe it. The believe part is to students to believe in yourself. We believe in you. Believe in yourself. Have that confidence to give things a go, to try, and throw yourself into everything that we offer here, because that's belonging. You're going to belong to the school community. You're going to play sports, you're going to play musical instruments, you're going to try and involve yourself in all the community activities. And I think that belonging is really important, because when you belong, you feel safe and happy, and you cannot learn if you feel unsafe and unhappy. So it's a really important aspect. And the become is, if you believe in yourself, if you belong to that community and give your best effort, you will become the best version of yourself that you can be. So that's our little mantra: believe, belong, become. Yeah, we have an ELA program at the school, which English Language Learners Academy, and that really means that we can focus on students who are, we have 5 levels. They're new to English, acquiring English, showing sort of competence in English, and then competent, and then further than that. And we focus on developing them so they can, usually it takes about a year for a child to leave our ELA program who've come in from completely new to English. They get up to 6 hours extra English lessons. They don't do history, they don't do geography, they don't do language-rich subjects that they're not going to understand until they're ready to understand the language. So we give them extra support with languages so they get extra hours of English. They also go to our CCA program where we have a ELA booster lesson as well for them who need that extra support, because final examinations are in English mainly, so apart from Chinese and Bahasa. So therefore they need to have the language acquisition. It would be criminal if we didn't support children with limited English and then expect them to do really, really well in biology, which is incredibly language rich. So we have a really, really good ELA program in primary and secondary. It does come at a slightly extra charge. There's a little cost to that, but it's an investment well worth having because that creates the foundations of your English language learning. We have a big focus on character development and well-being at the school. So we have positive house point system. There's a reward system within the school. When children do things well, they are told they've done things really, really well. And it comes back to that happiness of them wanting to be in school. We also have a dedicated school counsellor on site. We're very, very fortunate to have a school counsellor who is excellent. And students do go to her if they are having issues or they're struggling with certain things. But they also have a homeroom tutor that they can talk to. We also have academic mentors for our ELP program, which are our extended learners program, because they also find things a little bit tough and they need to have somebody that they can talk to, because they will put themselves under a lot of pressure. A very academic child who is finding academics tough or is putting undue pressure on themselves, or perhaps parental pressure, they need to have somebody they can talk to in school. So we have academic mentors for them as well. So we have a real focus on student well-being. The staff are trained on safeguarding 3 times a year. They all have to do online examinations annually as well. So it's a real focus for us because our students come first, and our vision is to be a school community where everyone can thrive and meet with success. And they can't thrive and meet with success if they are feeling unhappy and their well-being is low. So it's a real focus for us. Yeah, we have a parent relation executive who does a fantastic job. So she is the first port of call for any parents who've got any sort of concerns, and she will direct that parent's concern to the relevant person. Obviously, parents contact their form tutor or their class teacher, but if they've got a concern about the cafeteria, for example, or parking or uniform, sport provision, who do they go to? They go to our PRE, and she automatically gets a reply for them sorted out, so that things get, we aim to solve anything within 24 hours. We always respond within 24 hours, and we try and get it sorted out there and then for those parents. So yeah, she has an invaluable job. We also have a school counsellor who does a fantastic job in school. A lot of schools around the world, particularly international schools, you will get some students who suffer from what we call, I've just forgotten the phrase, affluent neglect is what you get. So a child you might think, oh, this child's really, really fortunate, they get dropped off in a nice Mercedes or a Porsche and they're picked up later on, but the person who's dropping them off is the driver, the person who picks them up is their maid, and they actually don't see their parents particularly, and they can struggle, and you get quite a bit of that in international schools. So our counsellor is there for any child to book a session with, to talk to them about their problems that they can't talk to their parents about, because they love their parents and they don't want to disappoint their parents, and they don't want their parents to know that they're struggling in some way. And there's also always still a stigma about mental health in some parts of the world, that it seems to be viewed as you have to be well mentally, whereas if your arm's sore, your knee's sore, you go to the doctor to fix your body. The counsellor is there to help you fix whatever problems you're having with your mind at that particular time, and she does a great job. Yeah, Sri KDU, we have a network of schools in Malaysia. There's quite a number of schools. We have three sister schools down in Kuala Lumpur, as well as the real schools. So I think it's about 7 in total schools, plus a preschool group as well. It also has 1 school in Singapore and 7 in Vietnam and 2 in Thailand. So the advantage of being part of that group is that you have got a central organisation which helps schools with all the things that we need, with financing, uniform, those sort of things that are all done centrally. And a great support network. They're here next week, for example. We have our school advisory board meeting with parents and also the CEO of the company who chairs those meetings. We have our quarterly report, so I have to do my report to Excel Malaysia. They are there in great support. So things in the past where school would have a certain amount of money, if we were an independent school by ourselves, you would have a certain amount of money, but you wouldn't have enough to refurbish the flooring in all the corridors. The group has got that money. So investment in our capital expenditure has been enormous in the last 4 years and will continue to be so, with a lot of money spent improving the facilities at the school that we could not have done by ourselves. Yeah, students, we are blessed to have great facilities. We have a wonderful design technology suite which children use from many year groups, with the whole secondary school going there, and year 6 going as a transition as well. We have dedicated computer labs which children use for computer science. We have a Vextronics innovation hub where students are going there as a CCA, but also increasingly now during lesson times. We have a green screen studio for filming. There are so many things that we have with facilities, but children use them as a part of their day-to-day learning. It's really, really important that they're not just facilities that don't get used. A bit like your grandma's front room that you never went to, as a child, you were never allowed in your grandma's front room. That was where all the best furniture was and all the best tea sets. But you weren't allowed to go in there as a child, you had to go in the back room. So we make sure that doesn't happen. Children use all the facilities that we have, including the black box theatre as well. There's a dance studio, 2 swimming pools, huge MPH hall, a primary hall. So there are so many things that they use, and it's used regularly in their day-to-day curriculum. Probably the same advice I give to teachers who are new to international education, and that is that there's, if you look at a Venn diagram, you've got school, you've got the location that you've got, and you've got community. Aim for the middle. Aim for that middle section on that Venn diagram. Don't just stick at being at school. Don't just stick on the community. Don't just stick on the location, what that's got to offer. Throw yourself into doing everything that's there. Try everything internationally, from the food to going for walks. There are so many lovely trail walks in Penang. There's lovely beaches. There's everything that you want. Go and find it. Go and do it. And the same inside school, and the same with community. We have community events all the time. Join them. Go. Be a part of it. Don't hide away. Throw yourself into living over there and get the most out of life. I would probably say Georgetown. I've got a history degree. I'm a historian. You walk around Georgetown, which is the World Heritage Site. It's just a historian's dream, because you can just walk around and look around at different types of architecture. There's just wonderful places to sit and have a coffee or a cake, or a beer or a glass of wine. It is just a beautiful, beautiful place to live. So yeah, I would say Georgetown's my sort of go-to. I go for a little walk around and I thoroughly enjoy it.